Hello there random people of the internet, my name's Ben Ward and today we are coming at you with a special Christmas edition of Retarded Kitchen. I know you won't be wondering what we're doing today because you've seen the title, but anyway we're making cinnamon rolls because they're kind of festive. Cinnamon is a nice Christmas flavour. So we're going to be making our own dough and then putting the cinnamon in them obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be cinnamon rolls, they'll just be rolls. I've got plenty of them already. Then we're going to put some icing glaze on top. The recipe which we are following is from therecipecritic.com and it's a 45-minute quick recipe for making cinnamon rolls. And now we're going to get into the list of ingredients right after we warm up the beast. The beast being the Christmas oven, because it's Christmassy, because it has hearts on it. We do this in every video and I'm pretty sure if you're a reasonable cook, you know the standard temperature for every oven to ever be ever, which is a classic 180 degrees, and that's what we're going to do. I need to make sure that there are no trays in the bottom of this beast. There are trays in the bottom of this beast. Trays equal removed, so we've got a dirty ass oven right here, which we're going to put on fan, because it's a fan oven, believe it or not, which is peasantry in every way. And then we're going to go around to 180, and it's that easy folks. On to the ingredients list. For the dough you will need 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 packet of instant yeast, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and 1 large egg. To make the dough, we're going to have to mix the flour, the sugar, salt and yeast together until evenly dispersed. Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to make sure that your sugar's right. If you use anything but this granulated sugar, you're not going to get the nice texture of it. You understand me? You got me? Okay, good. So we're going to need 2 3/4 cups of the flour. This is plain flour in the UK, all-purpose in America, because I know we have loads of viewers from America, Dylan. Don't go light on the flour. We've learnt hard. Go watch our pizza video if you want to see the best dough you've ever seen. Right, flour's in. Flour smells like bread. Bread smells like flour. Was it the chicken or the bread? As for the salt, you're going to need 1 whole teaspoon. It seems quite a bit to me. It's salty. Right, that's that. We need to evenly disperse them as well, guys. Remember this. Now for the 3 tablespoons, you heard me, of sugar. That's not much actually. I only have to put loads of sugar in, but for some reason you don't in this one.
That's that insight, man.
Crazy, man.
Real comes in there.
Icing. And finally, the yeast. Right, 1 packet of yeast. This is 2, so just 1. No, yeast tastes really good on its own. Right, that's our dough mixture, but without the liquids in it. So I'm going to get a spoon and mix this up and evenly disperse it. Right, that's that. Now we need to get our liquidation in it. The liquidation is the part that will make this dough. This is a small microwavable bowl, y'all. Look at that amazing creature. She's wearing a jumper. Your 1/4 cup of milk needs to go in now. This is your 1/4 cup, not your 2 to 3 tablespoons. 1 whole cup of the water. Finally, you need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, because we already put the salt in. Duh. Right, so now we've got this all in a bowl together. We're gonna have to heat it up in the microwave at higher settings for 30 to 45 seconds. Great fun, I know. We'll be back when this butter's melted. That'll be some nice, almost melted butter, which will melt in it anyway, because the liquid will retain its refractive index. Now what we're going to do is mix this liquid into the dryness to make it not a liquid or dryness, it'll be a gas. Right, it's now all in the bowl together and it smells really nice actually. I think the more you mix the flour in, the thicker it gets. Look, that looks like a dough to me. Okay, so me and Dylan decided to make double the amount of dough so I can take half and he can take half. So remember, only put half a cup of water in, otherwise it's going to mess everything up. You let the dough rise for 5 minutes, that's literally all you need, just 5 minutes. And we are now going to roll it out to a 30-inch by 9-inch bit of dough. Flour the surface before you do this as well. Oh, that's satisfying. For the filling, you will need 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, obviously the most important ingredient, and half a cup of brown sugar. Make sure your butter's spreadable. Butter in the UK is really, really hard when it's straight out the fridge. Get a knife, and then this is the important bit, guys. The penultimate important bit. So we're going to spread it all over the top of this dough, okay? We have done the cinnamon challenge. That is the amount of cinnamon that we need, and you will need 2 tablespoons, of course, if you followed it right, but we're making double. And now 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Right, we've got the filling, so we're going to sprinkle it evenly all over this buttered dough. We need to make it into a roll, a cinnamon roll. So do it as tightly as you possibly can.
We've got some mixture left.
And here we have a worm. It's ideally you want the bottom edge underneath, which ours worked out perfectly for. That's good. We've got thick ones, we've got thin ones right at the end.
Got everything in between.
Now we get a lovely dough snake, and we cut it very satisfyingly with a knife, and we admire the curly whirly that is
Before us.
before us. All the slicing action that you want.
Your dog's legs really don't want anything. Do they better?
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We finished cutting our rolls now, and they actually, amazingly, look pretty goddamn decent. Now the rolls are done, we've just got to get in the process of cooking them. If you've made half, well, what you meant to have made, you'll fill one of these with 9 of them. Lightly grease a square tin that has sides, because it needs sides. And then, once that is done, you need to place your cinnamon rolls in like this, side by side. Right, this is an important step, everyone. So you've got your cinnamon rolls in the tin, you've preheated your oven, okay? And now what you're going to want to do is just before you put the cinnamon rolls in, turn off the oven for 20 minutes. So you put them in and leave the oven off while they're in there for 20 minutes, and then after that you'll turn it on, and I'll explain further on. Never follow our recipes, by the way, because you're just going to end up messing up. It says on the recipe, lightly cover with aluminium foil. How can you lightly cover? So, follow me as I put these in the oven. I cannot wait for these. And in they go. And there we go, your oven is turned off. Yeah, they're in there. I'm gonna leave them like that for 20 minutes. And we're gonna clear the hell out of what's happened. Now, we need to take the foil off and then now cook them properly. They smell so good right now. Oh my gosh. Holy shit, then look at those.
Boy!
I'm just gonna
Rip the top one out, yeah.
Put the oven up to 180. and we leave them in there for another 15 to 20 minutes until they are golden brown and we are good to go and eat them all. For the glaze, you will need 1 cup of powdered sugar, bracket icing sugar, bracket, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and the last ingredient you will need is again 2-3 tablespoons of milk. So the buns have been in the oven for 15 minutes, they smell really good, we've checked, and they're golden brown on top. So, oven gloves please. And we're gonna get these babies out of the oven, they honestly smell so good. Right. So, here's a degenerate version. Look at those. They can go there. And for the incredibly good version, so we've only had the opportunity to make half of the icing that we should have, so now they're out, you're meant to put it on as soon as possible, really. So we're going to do it on the nice versions, obviously. Leave it in the thing while you put it on, and then you cut them out when you want to eat them, and they are good. Quiet. Don't speak.
That's sensitive.
Because me and Dylan really like the smell of cinnamon buns, we couldn't wait to eat them, so we've already eaten 2. But they are so good, they taste very Christmassy. This was perfect. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Is how you make a cinnamon rolls.